Hello there. If you're here, chances are you've just been told you have something called uveitis. And I know, hearing a new medical term like that can be, well, a little overwhelming, to say the least. But don't worry. We're going to walk through this together step by step so you can really understand what it means and what comes next. Okay, so let's just dive right in. A diagnosis, any diagnosis, isn't the end of the story. It's actually the first step towards getting things sorted out. So what exactly is uveitis? Well, to really get it, we first need to understand a little bit about the eye itself. It's a surprisingly complex and really delicate piece of machinery. So we're going to start with a super simple look at how your eye is built. Trust me, getting a handle on the basic layout is the key to understanding where this inflammation is happening and why you're feeling the way you are. I want you to think of your eye like a ball that's made of 3 very distinct layers. Each one has its own specific job. We're just going to focus on these 3 to keep everything crystal clear. All right, so first, on the very outside, you've got the sclera. That's the tough, white outer wall that protects everything inside. Then, way on the inside, you have the retina. Think of it like the film in a camera. It's what captures light and sends those images to your brain. But sandwiched right between those 2 layers is the one we really need to talk about today, the uvea. It's kind of a strange name, right? Uvea actually comes from the Latin word for grape, apparently because its structure kind of resembles one. But what it does is absolutely crucial. It is packed with blood vessels, and it's responsible for most of the blood supply to the eye. So when you put it all together, the name makes perfect sense. Uveitis just means inflammation. That's what the itis part always means, of the uvea. That's all it is, swelling in that blood-rich middle layer of your eye. Okay, so now that we know what it is, let's talk about why you're having certain symptoms. You see, the uvea isn't just one little spot. It actually stretches all the way from the front of your eye to the back. And where that inflammation decides to show up completely changes what you experience. And believe me, the location makes a huge difference. If the inflammation is up at the front of the eye, you're much more likely to feel things like pain, see redness, and be really sensitive to light. But if that inflammation is in the back of the eye, the symptoms are often totally different. They're more about your vision itself. Things like blurriness, maybe seeing new floaters drifting around, or even noticing that straight lines look kind of wavy. Does one of those lists sound a little more familiar to you? So, what's the plan? Let's talk about the immediate goal of your treatment. When you see your doctor, their #1 priority is going to be very clear and focused. This is the whole idea in a nutshell. The inside of your eye is incredibly delicate. If that inflammation, that swelling, is left to just hang around for too long, it can start to cause real damage to things like the lens or the retina. So the first and most urgent goal is to get that swelling under control to protect your vision. So, your doctor's initial game plan is really logical and direct. Step 1, suppress the inflammation. And how do they do that? Well, that leads right into step 2, using steroids, which are really powerful anti-inflammatory medicines. And the whole point of both of those steps is to achieve step 3, prevent any lasting damage to your eye. Simple as that. Now, these steroids can be given in a few different ways, and your doctor will choose whatever is best for your specific case. It might be eye drops if the inflammation is at the front, or it could be injections, either around or sometimes even inside the eye, for inflammation that's more severe or just harder to reach. And sometimes you might need to take tablets or oral medication to treat your whole system. Okay, once that immediate inflammation is under control, the focus is going to shift. We're going to move from urgent, right-now care to creating a sustainable, long-term plan to keep your eyes as healthy as possible. This is probably the biggest question on your mind right now, isn't it? Is this just a one-time thing? What happens from here? Well, the long-term approach is really about tackling 2 key objectives at the same time. So first, your medical team is going to do a bit of detective work. They'll run some tests to see if they can pinpoint an underlying reason for the uveitis, maybe an infection or an autoimmune condition. Now, at the exact same time, they'll be working on goal number 2, finding the safest, most effective way to control this inflammation for the long haul. Now, this is really important to know. After all the tests are run, in about 30% of cases, a specific cause is never actually found. This is what's called idiopathic uveitis. And while that might sound a little frustrating, it's actually quite common, and it absolutely does not prevent effective treatment. For long-term management, especially if steroids are needed for a while, the goal is often to find another option. And that's where something called immunomodulators come in. Just like the name sounds, these medications modulate or regulate your immune system to keep it from causing inflammation in the first place. They are often a much safer solution for long-term use. We've covered a lot of ground here. from the basic anatomy of the eye all the way to long-term treatment plans. But if you only remember one single thing from our chat today, please let it be this.
This is the bottom line. Uveitis is a serious condition, but it is treatable. Working closely with your doctor and following your treatment plan is the absolute best thing you can do to protect the delicate structures inside your eye and preserve your vision for the future. Remember, your active participation is the real key to a successful outcome.